Gus, when you talk about the tackling for the first time, anything that stood out about that to you? You know, you talked about.
Well, I mean, it's to be expected, but the defense was flying around. They were really getting after it, and I thought they were swarming the ball, and it was physical, which that's good. That's what you look for. So a lot of good energy out there. These guys have been looking forward to, tackling for a while, and so it was good to see those guys do it. But the defense got after it pretty good.
What have you seen from Jamel Dean now that he's had an opportunity to practice more with the first, second teams, and what have you seen from him this far?
Well, he has a lot of talent. He can run. He's a physical guy. He really caught our attention in bowl practice. When we did some scrimmage, and he's carried it over to the spring. I know Coach McGriff, I know, is pleased with him right now. He's a young guy. He's still learning, but his attitude is good, and he's got a lot of talent.
What went into the evaluation process with him, Gus, because of obviously his experience in the past with Ohio State and then ruling him medically ineligible? Just what goes into the process of when another school rules something medically speaking?
Well, just like you would any player, you do your homework on them, and you make a decision. We felt great about him. He's been very good since he's been here, and he's got a chance to be a very good player.
Gus, just after 6 days, so many new coaches, can you just talk about how that's all kind of come together?
After 6 days, I really like our staff. I like our energy. Relating with the players has been outstanding. Our players' attitudes have been great, and the positive energy has been good. So, it's just a matter now of getting better each practice and just being fundamentally sound. And we're giving everybody a chance to play during the spring. But these last 9 practices, I mean, we need to really keep improving and leave spring better than we were before. But I like our attitude, like I've said before, and I like our coach's energy.
Gus, you talked about moving the offensive line around a little bit.
What's that?
You talked about the offensive line moving around. Did you work Austin Golson at left tackle, and what do you think?
He played a little bit of tackle, and he's playing some center too. Spring's always a good time to kind of mix and match. And of course, the older guys, you've got a lot of information about that's actually started and played. You're always thinking developing depth, and so there's a couple guys that moved around. Austin did play some tackle, and he'll continue to do that, and he'll also play center.
Did he miss a step at all from when his days at Ole Miss playing tackle?
What's that?
Did he seem natural positions during his?
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran guy. I think you could put him at all 5 positions, and I think he would be fairly comfortable. But it's just a matter of anytime it's a new position, the finer techniques of it. It just takes a while. But he has played it before, like you said, and he's a veteran guy. So we'll see at the end of the spring, how well he's come on.
Yes, would you like to have a group of 5 solidified by the end of the spring, or is that still something that you're fine with heading into the summer in August?
Yeah, I mean, you would like that, to offensive linemen, to have those guys in a specific position working together. I mean, that's very important. But at the same time, in spring, you can kind of develop depth. You're thinking ahead, the what ifs. What if this guy gets hurt? Well, we have the ability to move, and then so it'd be great if we could. But at the same time, really, our bigger goal is to get too deep. Get too deep at every position, and at least have guys working together when they work on their own during the summer.
So is the thought process there kind of similar to 2 years ago? You had Chad and Devontae on the right side. I think you put Chad at left, and in the end, Alex got hurt, so that is more contingency planning kind of thing.
Yeah, you think about the what ifs, and just try to be as prepared as you can if you do have a lot of injuries and things like that, especially up front. Offensive line's a very unique position, and the reps that you have are so critical at each position. So during the spring, it gives you a little chance to play with that.
How did the quarterbacks respond today after being off for 10, 11 days?
I thought in the individual periods, I thought they were very crisp, came back and did a solid job. Once we started going live, it was a little bit more run-oriented, which, that was by design. But overall, like I said, I like where they're at. I mean, we'll see as spring progresses. The scrimmages usually tell you a little bit more than a regular practice, but, all the guys are doing a solid job so far.
Do you like keeping them on edge just from the perspective of they don't quite know yet if they're going to go live a scrimmage that they've always got?
You know, no, I don't know. I mean, I like being up front and telling them, you know, at least the night before, you know, just to get their minds prepared and all that. And that's usually what we've done in the past when we've done that.
Yes, what have you seen out of the young linebackers other than Trey? When you got a bunch of guys that are really getting their first true
They're
reps?
eager, they're flying around. You know, they're eager to impress their coaches. There's some talent there. There's a lot of inexperience, and they're just trying to earn their way on the field. You know, and there's a good competition right now.
I know you talked about Frank, back here. I know you talked about Franklin's athleticism a couple of weeks ago. What is it? So obviously you're impressed from that standpoint, but poise-wise, what are the little bit you've seen from him?
Yeah, well, he can run. I mean, that's the first thing, but just getting used to, you know, playing quarterback in the pocket within our system. I mean, I think it's just a matter of reps. And anytime you go 11 on 11, whether it's tackle or whether it's stud, you learn a lot. And I think each practice you see him get more comfortable.
You expected Rudy back, and obviously he was today, but what does it mean to have him back on the field? He's even with the third team a little bit because he's the leading tackle of the last 2 years. It's a significant player to have back on the field. Just what does it mean to have him back now?
Yeah, it's good. You know, we have a lot of information on Rudy. You know, our coaches know what they're getting with him, and you know, even though he was out the first 5 practices, it gave those younger guys more reps. Now he's back out there. That leadership. You know, especially in our league, I mean, experience and leadership, it just means so much. And when you get a guy like that back on one side of the football, you know, it helps in all areas.
Gus, how do you gauge the progress of a guy like Kyle Davis when he's coming in, but he's already coming in limited? So, like, how do you kind of gauge that progress when you know it's like, well, you're not really able to go full contact?
Yeah, well, you know, during individual, you know, that's when you really work with him more than anything. He's attending all the meetings. You can tell he's a sharp guy. He understands football. He's impressed us in the individual non-contact drills, and that's really all he can do right now.
But Darius Slayton, has he progressed?
Yeah, Darius has gotten better. He's gotten better each practice, and this spring's been very good for him because he knows he has a real chance to compete for playing time, and he's really, you know, so far he's done a good job, and I think he had a solid day today. He made some plays down the field, and so he's a guy that we're expecting to help us. All right, thank you guys.